Welcome back in here to the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet. Remember, every day online at GEAUXChevrolet.com. Find them at Go Express Auto Sales. If you're looking for a used car out there on Florida Boulevard in Sherwood Forest for brand new models, stop in and check them out in LaPlace, Louisiana. Last off weekend, I say off weekend, the team won't be in town getting ready for the fall as they've gone through summer workouts and now here with their last week off before they report on August 5th. As far as the coaching staff goes for LSU football, another huge one for recruiting. Junior Day coming up this weekend, and we've talked about this junior class in Louisiana and in around high school recruiting as one of the all-time best when you just think about the state in general and what they offer here. And LSU will have an opportunity to talk to a lot of those guys face-to-face for the last time coming up this weekend. Austin Thomas, who is the general manager for LSU, who is back here heading into another season, but this one on this go-around, season number 1 with a lot of all-season now under his belt going into fall camp, joining us here on the Jordy Culotta Show. Always good to catch up with you, Austin. Good morning. How are you, man?
Hey, Jordy, I'm doing great. How are you? As you said, busy weekend for us, but really, really excited to get going again.
Yeah, absolutely. Where is the mindset heading into a final recruiting weekend, a final off weekend without the team, and heading into fall camp? How do you guys juggle this from a staff standpoint?
You know what? We're in a great place. As you know, July is pretty low key for us as a staff. It's our time to get away, kind of recharge the batteries, spend some time with our family before we go into this grind that is football season that we all are ready to accept and challenge ourselves to be the best that we can be. So we've had a little downtime. Everybody came back on Wednesday morning, and it just feels like everybody's ready to go. So we're really excited for this weekend. Really excited to host a great group of prospects, as you said in the opening there, here in Louisiana. Spend time with some families. Spend time with our families at this event. It's really going to be low key, laid back, fellowship style, just learning about each other. And as you said, it gives us a chance to get in front of these prospects and their families and continue to develop those bonds and relationships as we head into a recruiting dead period in August, starting August 1, and then we turn our attention to fall camp and our football team.
Austin, I know we've talked about this in some of your stops here and when you've talked about recruiting, but as the calendar has moved on and you've had an opportunity to get to know these guys more and learn about their families and learn about some of the decision makers in the process, how special is this junior class? I know you can't speak about them individually, but just when you look at it as a whole, this group going into the cycle.
As we've talked about before, Jordy, it is truly a special group. It's as deep as I've ever seen. I think this is 10 classes, 9 or 10 classes that I've seen in the state of Louisiana now during my time over, being at LSU and some other places. But it's special, this group from top to bottom. I mean, it is deep, it's talented, it's balanced across positions. And so, this has always been a state with a lot of skill guys, and at times you've had to go find big guys. But it's really, really exciting to see such a strong group in state this year, and I feel like we've positioned ourselves well with a lot of them. So the nucleus of our recruiting class is going to come from the state of Louisiana. LSU
General Manager Austin Thomas joining us here on the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet. How's the summer gone? What's been the recap on the summer?
It's been great. We've had a great summer. I think we talked in June, just talking about all the prospects that we had on campus. It was great to have some things opened up, have the ability to have camp and have people here, show off our building, which hasn't been able to be done, since 2019. So it was kind of crazy coming out of the national championship that was won here, kind of things went on lockdown. And so we weren't able to show this facility, weren't able to use our greatest strength, which I say all the time is our people, and have us get face-to-face with, prospects and families and coaches and things of that nature. So really great summer. It was exciting to see people. As far as the team goes, overwhelmingly positive. The guys did a great job, really, really strong academically. They had football school. And then, I'm really proud of this football team, just to kind of transition a little bit, Jordy, into that summer piece. these guys are hungry. They've done a great job of doing things on their own. Every time you come into this facility, there's guys working out, there's guys throwing balls, there's guys getting extra work in, and that's fun to see. You know, the best teams I've been around, and I think most coaches and people that have played, you know, competitive sport and been on a team, the best ones are player driven, right? That culture is player driven. As a coach and a staff, you can do whatever you want, but I think a lot of that comes from within those guys and the leadership of your team, and feel really, really strongly about that group and where we are. So we're really excited.
Also, one of the big moves in the off season was new offensive line coach Brad Davis coming aboard to staff. How have you seen him made an impact in just the short time that he's been in Baton Rouge?
Oh man, I mean, could not have asked for a better hire. Could not have asked for a better human being. Brad has been such a blessing to us here in his first couple of months. I mean, just who he is as a person. I think he's humble, he's knowledgeable, and he relates to people so well. It's just been a blessing to have him. I cannot speak highly enough of him. Just his ability to connect with people, his ability to motivate his players, and I think that they feel that he genuinely cares about them. And when you talk to Coach Davis, he has so much humility and he has vast knowledge of the game and the run game. But his knowledge is shown in a way that is positive, and it's one of those things that it's a very, very uplifting spirit, uplifting, positive person. And again, just from a relatability standpoint, his players and recruits, I think he's got it all, and we're really, really excited that he's here with us. He's going to help us tremendously. We
were down in Hoover for Coach O addressing the media down there at SEC Media Days. We were at the Rotary Club earlier this week, and everybody wants to know about the quarterback and the competition there. Is there any other groups that you look at going into fall camp that you're watching with competition?
Yeah, I think, always there's a couple groups that you have identified. I mean, I think, the linebacker position for us, we've got some guys there now that are talented players, and just watching them develop and grow, I think it's going to be fun in fall camp. But overall, Jordy, I mean, you can say that about a couple positions, and I think it's a common theme across the board here is that, we have, whether it's wide receivers, whether it's the defensive line, whether it's linebackers, we have a group of experienced players that give us a lot of confidence, but man, we've got some really talented young guys sitting in there with them. And so trying to watch those rooms grow and see where those young guys take these older guys and how those older guys lead the younger guys, but how this talent continues to infuse itself into this roster and going into fall camp, and the time that we have to focus on us, what those guys are going to do at each position group. I'm really excited about it. So we're looking forward to it.
Austin Thomas joining us here on the Jordy Culotta Show. One of the guys, Coach, that we've talked to a couple of these high end recruits that are coming in 22. A lot of them decided that they're going to LSU, and one of the names that continuously pops up is Mason Smith, and not the 5-star defensive tackle that you guys have at a Terrebonne that's obviously going to make an impact on the defensive line this season. But Mason Smith in the recruiting department behind the scenes. I know this thing is a huge wheel that takes a lot of people every single day to keep it turning, but Smith's name keeps coming up in recruiting. What's he mean to the program?
Oh man, Mason has been phenomenal for us. I mean, he's just he knows so many people. He's so connected, and Mason has a unique ability to talk to people and connect to people and make them feel like they're the most important person in the world. And so he's been phenomenal for us. I mean, he grinds his tail off. He works so hard. He is constantly on the phone. He is constantly developing relationships. Just could not speak more highly of him and the job he's done, and the energy that he brings to us. Right. And so he's an Energizer bunny. He never slows down, and just, again, a lot like Coach Davis, I said about him. Mason's the same way. I think that we're blessed to have him here. Blessed that he's on our staff, and I think that he's going to continue to do positive things for us and impact our ability to recruit at the highest level.
We've heard a lot of discussion on name, image, and likeness stuff, and it came up earlier this week at the Rotary Club with name, image, and likeness, and LSU has been out in front of this stuff with the NILSU initiative. How have you seen this now that it's kind of been legal for a month around college sports and around college football? How have you seen it affect LSU, and how have you gotten the feedback, the return on it?
Yeah, I think, as you said, Jordy, I'm so proud of this university and just being a leader in the ability to handle this new opportunity for our student athletes and promote their personal brands. And, whether that's Stephanie Remp or Verge or Cody Warsham or Emily Dixon, Michael Bonnet, I mean, that entire team, they were so prepared with that LSU stuff and putting all that out and being the leader and at the forefront of this entire thing. I'm so impressed with the job that they've done. But, it really has not had a huge impact on us. I mean, you have some guys that are doing some things and, getting some endorsements, which is great. I think, as Coach said, we're for that. We're for our players and whatever they can get. I think the best thing that they can do, and we keep going back to, is to perform on the field, right? And I think, when you have success, that's how you promote your personal brand. And so that's what brings these opportunities to you. And our guys have done a great job of, going through this process, right? And so it's important to understand and for everybody to understand that our staff and nobody that's employed at LSU can set up these deals directly or indirectly, right? I think our guys have to be approached, and then they go through a vetting process with compliance and the LSU system and get approval to do the things that they do. But it's been a good process. I think we're all still trying to learn a little bit about it as we go, but some guys are definitely benefiting from it, and we view that as a positive thing for us because the more they can get, the better.
Obviously, you guys will have a very eventful and busy weekend with recruiting, but how do you spend these last couple of days, these last few moments with family and friends before camp starts?
You know what? I think most of that's over. I think we all knew when we got up Wednesday morning that time's done. We will have Sunday to kind of catch our breath again here, and then when we roll into Monday morning, it's go time. It's time to turn our attention to football. It's time to get going and make sure that we're focusing on us and doing the little things that we need to do over the next 2.5 weeks to put ourselves in position to have a successful season. Because that trust, that unity, that commitment to each other through adversity and challenges that camp brings is right around the corner. And so that foundation, the things that we're laying right now, the message that Coach O is sending our team is going to carry us through this season. So we're looking forward to it.
Have a great camp, Coach. Thank you for a couple of minutes here on going into what I know is a very busy weekend in recruiting and getting prepared for a training camp. You guys anticipate everything going off as normal? I know that there's nothing around politics and nothing around policy with football. You guys just show up and go where you're supposed to play. But have you heard anything on what potentially could be coming in season or for school?
I think, right now we're still on track. It's just such an important message for everybody to, get vaccinated and let's knock this thing out, man, and just keep moving forward so that we can have some normalcy to football season. And so just looking forward to pressing on and making sure that we're doing our part to be one team, one heartbeat, have us all in this thing together as human beings and make sure that we can tackle this thing and eradicate it and get us some sport.
Thank you, Austin. Have a great weekend, man. We'll talk again soon.
You too, Jordy. I appreciate all you do. Talk to you later.
Yes, sir. There he is, Austin Thomas, LSU General Manager, checking in from LSU football this morning.